Hi kids! Today we're reading some of my favorite nursery rhymes, cool school style of course. Let's start with Little Bunny Fufu. And parents, don't forget to follow us on Instagram to play more games with your kids at Cool School. Hi kids! It's time for a brand new nursery rhyme. Where? Here at Cool School, naturally. It's nursery rhyme time. This one is about a bunny. Perhaps you've heard of him. Little Bunny Fufu? Well, Little Bunny Fufu was a bopper. He just loved to bop things. He was always bebopping and scatting and skiddly-booping all over town. To him, everything was a drum. He beat on the kitchen table. He'd drum on the bus. Little Bunny Fufu would even bop in school. One day, Little Bunny Fufu was hopping through the forest, and he started to think of a beat.
Ba-doo-bop-a-dee-bop-bop-bop-ba-doo-bop, wow!
He looked around for something to drum. He saw the perfect thing, 5 little field mice in a group, each a different height, just like a drum set. He sat down, said hello, and then started bopping them on their heads.
Hey, what's the big idea? Quit bopping our heads!
But Little Bunny Fufu was lost in the rhythm and he just kept bopping. So the good fairy of the forest, yes, that's a thing, didn't you know? Every forest has a good fairy who watches over the trees and animals. Anyway, the good fairy swooped down and said,
Little Bunny Fufu, I do not want you bopping these field mice on the head. I'll give you 3 chances to behave, and if you don't, I'll turn you into a goose.
A goose? Yeah, right.
And he bebopped out of the forest. But the next day, he hopped right back. He saw the field mice, but just barely as they were trying to hide behind some flowers. Little Bunny Fufu hopped over, scooped them up, and bopped them on their heads. He even put 2 bottle caps on the littlest one's head, so he sounded like a cymbal.
Boopity-bop-bop-ba-da-bop-ba-da-bop.
I'm not a drum! Hey, that hurts my little mouse head!
So down came the good fairy, and she said,
Little Bunny Fufu, I told you not to bop these mice on the head. I'll give you 2 more chances to behave, and if you don't, I'll turn you into a goose. I mean it.
The next day, same thing. Fufu came a-hoppin' and a-boppin'. Boys and girls, the good fairy was losing her patience.
Little Bunny Fufu, I said do not bop these poor little field mice on the head. 1 more strike, and then you're out. Straight to Goose City.
But Little Bunny Fufu just didn't listen. All he heard was, and. You probably saw this coming, but on the 3rd day, Little Bunny Fufu went hopping through the forest, scooping up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
Ahem. Really? You're still hopping through my forest, scooping up field mice and bopping them on the head. I gave you a chance, but now I must turn you into a goose.
And poof! Little Bunny Fufu was turned into a goose.
Honk.
But that's okay, boys and girls, because now he could play drums and trumpet. Well, he just made the trumpet sounds with his new bird beak, but he was good. So good, in fact, that the field mice and even the good fairy went to all his gigs. So, it's actually a happy ending. Smashing. Gather round, get cozy. It's time for a nursery rhyme. This one's warm and fuzzy. Sure you're comfortable? All right, I'm starting now. So there's this sheep, right? He's quite a cuddly animal, especially with his black woolly coat. And this sheep just happens to own a fancy wool shop where he sells expensive woolly stuff like hats and bags and mittens. One day, this very famous French designer comes in and says, Bonjour. That's French for hello. And the sheep looks all confused because he doesn't understand French. So the designer guy says, oh, I mean, as he takes out his sheep dictionary. How do you say, this is it. Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? And he's asking this because he needs loads and loads of black wool because he's going to make fancy dresses for fancy ladies who do very fancy things. And the sheep says, sorry mate, just sold my last 3 bags of black wool. He had sold one to Batman, who needed a woolen cape to keep warm at night when he's out busting the bad guys.
Oh, so toasty.
And one to a witch, who needed a sweater so she's not cold when she's flying around on her broom. That's much better! and one to a little kid who lives down the lane and has a peculiar fondness for the craft of knitting.
Knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. Awesome.
But I just got a bunch of white wool out in the back and you can dye it black if you like.
Merci,
says the fashion designer. That means thank you in French. And off he goes to make his fancy dresses for fancy ladies. Look, he's happy as a lamb. So, if you need black wool or even rainbow wool for your little ponies, you can always rely on Baa Baa Black Sheep for all your woolly needs. And now it's time for the rhyming part. Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, and 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. And there you have it, a warm and woolly nursery rhyme. Bye-bye until next time. I hope you like those nursery rhymes. Click the links in the description below for more. I'll see you next time. Bye!